Hey everybody, Johnny Appleseed here. Today I'm going to talk about riverboats and a woman who's a captain of one. She might have been so tough they might have called her a bad apple. Welcome to Footsteps to Flight. Before we start today's show, I'd like to begin with a riddle. When I was a little kid, I had a pet rabbit. And one day my rabbit ran away from home, and I went to the woods to look for it. And I saw my pet rabbit run into a log. Now I knew if I went in this end, the rabbit would run out that way, and if I go in this way, the rabbit would run out that way. So I decided to take out my knife and make some cuts in the logs to find where my rabbit is. So I went on this end first, and I made a cut, and it went in there, no rabbit. Then I made another cut at the other end. I looked inside, still no rabbit. So the rabbit couldn't be here, and the rabbit couldn't be here. The rabbit must be somewhere in the middle. So I made a cut right down the middle, and discovered that the rabbit wasn't there either. So I said, oh, the rabbit can only be in this one place, so I made a cut right there in the middle. Do you guys know where the rabbit went? Ohio. Speaking of Ohio, the Ohio River used to have many riverboats. Like this. Riverboats were common in the 19th century. A riverboat is different than a ship because it only travels on lakes or rivers, and the primary use of riverboats is to transport people or cargo. No, that's how a car goes. I said cargo. Do you know what cargo is? No, cargo is something that's transported on planes, trains, or boats, and yes, cars. Anywho, the Ohio River shares its banks with Indiana. I wonder why they named it the Ohio River. Maybe a rabbit named it. To me, the Indiana River is a much better name. Now, the first riverboat built in Indiana was named Florence. No, that's Florence Henderson, but she's from Dale, Indiana. Later on, I want to talk to you about a woman who was also the female captain of a riverboat, Mary Creene. See you soon! Way back when, only men were captains of riverboats. That all changed when Mary B. Creene married her husband. What does the B stand for in Mary B. Creene? I don't know. Maybe boat. So Mary married this feller named Gordon, who was the captain of a riverboat named the H.K. Bedford, just like Bedford, Indiana. Oh, I almost forgot. Mary's on the show today. Here's Captain Mary Creene.
Ahoy, everyone. Speaking of green, the last time I saw you, Johnny, you were on my riverboat looking a little green yourself. You were running around eating apples, causing all kinds of shenanigans, and then you got sick everywhere.
I ate too many apples that day.
I think it was a whole bushel. Anyway, my husband taught me how to operate a riverboat. This is pretty tricky because there were no maps to tell you where the sandbars or the strong currents were. Everything had to be memorized. Plus, you had to pay close attention to other boats and sometimes logs sticking out of the water. And of course, you had to worry about some of the passengers, too.
What?
I had many unusual experiences on board a riverboat. One time I had to get my boat through a cyclone. Do you know what a cyclone is? A cyclone is the same as a hurricane. There's another time when I had to save my passengers when a 40 quarts of nitroglycerin exploded. Do you know what nitroglycerin is?
Is it a kind of apple?
No. Can you spell nitroglycerin?
No.
Nitroglycerine. It's an explosive material used to make dynamite. Anyways, riverboats are still in use today. It was nice talking to all of you, and goodbye, Johnny.
Goodbye, Captain Creene. See, I told you she was a tough apple. See you next time on Footsteps to Flight.